We have got Robby the robot. He is helping a hotel in the Northeast Portland area to cut down on vandalism. When I first saw this storyline, I thought, that is so ridiculous. What is a robot going to do? This is like a giant R2-D2, right? Like maybe 3 times the size of R2-D2. He's like 5'3", 350 pounds. That's a stout individual. I don't care who you are. That's stout. What is inside the robot that makes him so heavy? I know he's got a bunch of cameras. He's got infrared and got all this good stuff we're going to learn about. But that's pretty hefty. Is that so you can't tip him over? You can't tip Robby over and then he's just stuck on his side? Because I didn't read anything about his ability to get up. He just looks like an enormous, like the tip of a rocket, maybe, if that makes sense. Just the tip of a rocket. The last 5 feet of the tip of a rocket. That's what he looks like. And he's got this cool sound that he makes. It's like this, goes up and it goes down. So if he was coming towards you, it would freak you out. It's like this new age music he's got going on. All right, enough of me babbling about what I thought about it. Let's take a look at this article and just see what we got. There's a new security feature at a Northeast Portland hotel. Robby, the robot, is 5'3", 350 pounds and runs a 40 in 29 minutes. He does go 3 to 5 miles an hour. But 5 miles an hour, that's booking it. If you're walking 5 miles an hour, that's hauling. That is hauling. 3 miles? That's about right. 3.5 miles an hour? That's about right. So this guy, and he's on wheels. I think he's got 3 wheels. He's a 3-wheeler. I don't know. But he gets around. For those of you on the YouTube, let's just take a quick peek and see what we got. All right, here we go. Robby the robot in a parking lot. Here's that sound. There he goes. He's going to hit the storm grate. Oh, watch out, Robby. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it, Robby. You can get that vandal. You can get that wannabe thief. Yeah. So this past weekend, I had friends in, or a kid that used to hang out with my oldest son and my youngest son. He moved away to Florida. He came back here with his girlfriend, and they've been hanging out. They're doing the shuffle from one area of the town to another area of the town, different hotels. And he had all of his bags in his rental car over in Seattle. I took him out in the boat a couple of days. And the second day I'm like, we're going to be out in the boat pretty much all day. I'm going to have him just bring all of his luggage on the boat because I just don't want it. So, I read so many of these stories about, Grant Park in California, they're targeting cars driven by tourists based on, the rental cars have those scanner things now. So they can come in and out of the rental car agency easier. Somebody just scans it. Boop. All right. Here's what you owe. So my thought was, you know what? Let's just take all their luggage. Because you imagine like second to last day before their vacation is over to just get all their luggage ripped off from their rental car and their rental car is just bashed open. That wouldn't be good. So we, just one of those things where normally you'd say, it's okay. The streets of Seattle, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Your luggage is going to be fine. But I kind of held my ground and said, no, you know what, guys? Bring the luggage on board. We've got room. Bring it all on board. And I'll be here when you go home at the end of the boat trip. We'll just haul it off. And the girlfriend had she had a 50-pound bag. I guess it was 49 something. Man, what kind of clothes you got in there that's 50 pounds? That's fierce. That's a clothes horse right there. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Some more with Robby. So we saw the video. He's got these cameras. He's got like 4 cameras. So he's got 360 views. And so as he sees somebody, he just kind of motors on over there. You imagine being in the parking lot and all of a sudden this pretty good sized robot just kind of peels up to you. And what if he doesn't know who you are? What if you look a little sketchy, but you're actually a hotel guest? I don't know. I wonder how that goes. Not sure. General Manager Mike Daley says he got them because they were having a lot of issues with vandalism from homeless encampments in the area. What? Homeless encampments in Portland? Say it's not true. Oh, they tried hiring human security, but had a lot of staffing issues. Nobody wants to do that job. Terrible job. So they tried hiring human security, but had a lot of staffing issues. So they explored the robot as an option and say it's worked out really well. How much does a robot cost though? What's the robot cost versus, human manpower? Daley says that while the robot isn't cheap, he provides a lot of security 24 hours a day. And that's the thing about hotels, they got to be open all day, right? So you've got a need for security. It does it for less money than it would cost to pay a human to do the same job. All right. What about when Robby needs to have an engine rebuild? What's that look like? He patrols a lot constantly, have you seen, he said. Does he get run into by cars? I mean, does Robby know that he can't outrun a vehicle? It's unclear. He does have 360-degree cameras. He can scan license plate. Okay, so what would the point there be? All right, that guy did all the damage, and here's his license plate. Portland police aren't going to do anything, but I guess we feel better about things, right? Now, it's a deterrent, isn't it? It's just a deterrent because as Robby gets close to somebody and they're doing something nefarious, people can talk to him from inside and they can see what he's seeing from inside the hotel. That's the part where I was like, all right, okay. All right. Robby he's got some use here. He's got that potential. He's got thermal imaging. So if he sees a guest or somebody that's at a car, he will gravitate over to that person to check them out. Here comes Robby. Robby's just cruising down along at 3.5 miles an hour. He's got a noise factor. So people know where he is and know where he's coming from. It's that new age noise. And it's just kind of this, what in the F is, it's just Robby. He's just coming over to say hi. Hey, Robby, what's going on? Anytime he encounters someone, he immediately alerts the front desk. That would be annoying, but it's the front desk's mission to either, got to send somebody out to parking spot E14. That person then can see what the robot sees. They can talk through the robot to anyone in the parking lot and can determine if further action is needed, such as calling 911. Does it actually deter somebody from breaking into a car? While it's new, it probably does. And then they're going to come up with, well, let's go up and we're going to quickly spray paint black over Robby's cameras. And then we figured out how to disable him. Somebody will do a little research on Robby's infrastructure and figure out how to get to him. And then what happens to Robby? Does he get cut down in the prime of his life and just no longer serve? It's unknown, right? Robby is also popular among hotel guests. Daley says people like to get their picture taken with him. Yeah, because it's a freak show. Kind of like having the need to have that kind of thing at a hotel. Most hotels that I've been to, upper end hotels always have a security guard, but I don't usually stay in those kinds of hotels just because I don't really think it's worth it. I spent $500 on one night and my bill is $750 and oh yeah. Huh. Okay. And that's without dinner. Huh. All right. Well, yeah, no, I'd much rather go to, this is the Aloft. This is a Marriott hotel. And I stay in a Aloft hotel down in not Kansas City, but Oklahoma City. And it's cool. It's new. They try and make it this, like European flair. Like they don't have like a little cabinet dealie where you put your clothes, right? They don't have the dresser. They don't have a 4-drawer dresser. You put your bag on top of kind of this fold out little deal and you just kind of work on your stuff from there. And I am fine with that. But some people, they like to just empty out their entire bag, into the contents of said dresser. To me, that's like, all right, but we're going to be out of here in a day or two. I just need to be able to rifle through my bag and get some stuff. So what's super interesting is this is it's a decent hotel. They're usually newer. The Aloft it's a newer series, but it's in an area where they've had so much in the way of vandalism, probably theft, and probably they've had a bunch of incidents. Things have come up that they need 24-hour security. They know that they need that. And my whole point to the upper end places, they know that they're, upper end hotels. They've got people that come in with expensive jewelry and whatnot, and expensive cars and, lots of stuff. Lower end, you don't typically need security guard until you've just had a bunch of these incidences happen. So this is kind of one of those indications. All right, Portland is bad enough that even at an Aloft Marriott, they're going to need to have 24-hour security along those lines. The Aloft I stay at down in Oklahoma City does not have 24-hour security. You can barely find the one person that runs the front desk. It's kind of one of those deals. And you know what? It's Oklahoma City. It's in a decent area. It seems to work just fine. Robby the robot, he is needed in Portland. I wonder how much he does cost. I bet you it's a bunch. I bet you it's just... But, maybe on a per hour basis, he's cheaper than what a human being. And Robby, if he can plug himself in and charge himself up, he's going to be on the job, and he stays on the job 24 hours a day. Unlike security guards, that's a tough gig. I mean, it's so boring. I watch the people outside of the upper end stores. And I'm like, good Lord, you just stand there and, open the door and don't open the door. And just standing there looking, like any kind of security job along those lines. But Robby, that's what he does. That's his thing. Crazy times when you need to have a giant R2-D2 guarding your hotel because you've got so many nut job people running around doing stuff they shouldn't be doing that it makes sense to have an enormous robot, just roaming through your parking lot. That's where Portland's at right now. Will it work? It'll probably work for a while till the novelty wears off. Till these guys figure out, all right, yeah, Robby doesn't go faster than 5. We can run faster than that. We're out of here. But I guess it gives front desk a little bit of heads up to call the police or whatever, call a real human being to, hey, go out there and tell them to go away. Tell them to put their spray paint cans away. Tell them that we don't need any of their art on the side of our hotel. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for being here. We'll catch up soon. Talk in the next one. Bye for now.